don't know how good this reception's going to be. I'm heading out to a trail here. I'm actually going to try a trail that I haven't tried before, so this is going to be a very casual stream here. I don't really have a big agenda of what to talk about. I have a couple ideas if we get into it or not, but mostly I just wanted to kind of get together with people here, say hi. I hope you all are getting outside. Hang on here, we got one of the rangers coming by. Y'all having a good Sunday? Look at these, I want to show you these beautiful oak trees here. Check that out. Hey Van City Prepper, it's good to see you. Hey, can you give me a thumbs up if my audio is okay? I've never shot live here, so I have no idea how bad the signal is. Hey, it's all good. Good to see you both. It's just a little random Sunday stroll. Just kind of saying hi to people, checking out a new trail up here. New to me, of course. Good, okay, yeah, my signal we'll see how it holds up out here. Pretty far out in the county right now. Let me flip the camera here. I gotta show you how beautiful this is. Hey, Successful Slave. Let's see. That should do it. Look at this. Look at this beautiful oak here, guys. If you're not from the south, that's called Spanish moss. It's actually a parasite that grows on the tree, but it's not really bad for the tree. It's hey, Miss Canadian Scrapper, good to see you. It's it kind of coexists with the oak trees down here. Let me switch it back here. There we go. So I think the trailheads are up here. Like I said, I've not done this one before. Let's see what we can see. So what are you all doing this weekend? Is anybody getting outside? Anybody got any fun activities? Any holiday activities? We had my sister-in-law visited this weekend and worked with my wife. Now my wife is a baker. She owns her own business, and so they did like a holiday event and sold some of her baked goods. How are you guys doing? Good to see everybody. Hey, Patriot Stackers, good to see you. So on the ride here, so my wife is down the other end with the dog and doing a little dog socialization. You got snow up there already? Oh my gosh. See, I'm pretty blessed here. I grew up in Massachusetts, and of course we had a ton of snow growing up there. One of the things that I'm not a huge fan of the snow. I like it, once or twice a year would be nice, but it's one of the things that drove me down to move south. And first I moved to Kentucky, and then we still got plenty of snow and ice there, so we moved a little bit further south to Charleston. Hopefully this is our forever home. We did get snow here a couple years ago, and that's pretty unusual. It happens maybe like once every 10 years here, and it's kind of fun for the people who grew up here, because it's unusual. They don't really see it too often. So if it happens, even if it's like in the middle of the night, a lot of times the parents will wake up. Make sure which trail I'm on here now. So I'm looking for, I wanted to do the green trail. Here, let me show you what I'm looking at. So I know it says the green trail's to the right, but I swear when I looked at the map, it was straight ahead. So I've gone off to the right here. I've done that trail. I'm just gonna kind of sneak up ahead on here. 58 degrees, that's beautiful. That's good weather. Let's just go ahead up here and we'll see what we find. We'll take this path because this is what I intended to do. Sounds like there's another group behind me. Ontario, I bet it is pretty cold up there. I love Canada. I went to Canada years and years ago, and I've been meaning to go back since. I drove up from Massachusetts through the main entrance to Montreal, and that was with a college fraternity brother. We just kind of went up and partied up there. We had a good time, and Montreal is a really fun party city. At least it was 20 years ago. I assume it still is now. And one of the things that I remember crossing over that border, first of all, that was before 9/11, so you didn't need passports. I remember crossing over that border and all the beautiful, beautiful farmland over there right before you get to Montreal. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I'd like to get up there again some point. And my family actually came down into the United States through Canada. That's how we entered. I know a lot of people came in through Ellis Island and that way there. Hey guys. A lot of people came in through Ellis Island and that way there, but my family came in through Canada from Ireland. So Ireland to Canada and down into Boston. And that's how my family made it in. So yeah, oh, this is beautiful out here. Let me give you a little pano when we get up around here. Just get away. There's a couple other hikers. I don't want to get them on the shot. So what are some of the Christmas traditions or Hanukkah traditions that you all have in your family? I'll tell you, as we're walking and talking, I'll tell you some of the stuff we do in mine. And as you can see here, we're pretty much at peak foliage right now in South Carolina. That probably sounds weird to some of you, but the colors are just at peak right now. And you can hear underneath me, that's the leaves crunching. So this is, even though it is officially winter, this is kind of like our autumn here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the reasons I fell in love with this area. Came out here, actually came to Charleston with my wife on our honeymoon. And I'll give you guys a little bit of our background. She had been to Charleston before we got married numerous times, and she loved Charleston. And she said, someday she wanted to live here. So we came out on our honeymoon, had a blast, did all kinds of fun things. And it was just, I think it was December. Yeah, my first time out here was December, and it was weather like this. Snow on our trees. Must be pretty. Must be really pretty. So we went out did all kinds of activities outside, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. It's December and it's, short sleeve weather. So before we went back home to Kentucky, I said, I did like it. If you want to move here, we'll go ahead and we'll start putting some plans in. So like 2 years later, we were able to get that done. So the wife and I watch A Christmas Story every year, and then baking. Christmas Story is definitely part of ours too, part of our tradition. We usually watch that on Christmas Day. Usually, is it TBS? I think that has it running on loop. So part of our Christmas traditions is we go through our, I know this isn't really prepper related. This is just kind of a Sunday chat. So if you're looking for prepper content, I don't know how much I'm going to get into it today. If I find some wild edibles or whatever, I'll point them out to y'all. But other than that, we're just kind of chatting and having a little fun out here outside. So some of our Christmas traditions, I'm gonna catch my breath here. It's hard to film and talk at the same time. Walk and film and talk at the same time. So some of our Christmas traditions, we will watch a series of Christmas movies, and we actually do them in a kind of a ritualistic order. So we will we'll watch. We always start with Elf. Elf is the first one with Will Ferrell. We love that, and then we usually go from there to Polar Express, and then we do Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and then from there we kind of vary it up a little bit. We have a couple different ones that we watch every year. We watch the It's a Wonderful Life. We usually watch that on Christmas Eve. And we watch the Christmas Story. That's the one with the little kid with the BB gun on loop on Christmas Day. Christmas movies. Yep, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is awesome. I'll tell you what, if you like the Christmas comedies, another good one is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon is pretty funny. Yeah, I think that is for a lot of people, Patriot Stacker. It's do you all have a favorite character in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I really like Uncle Lewis. He's a blast, with the cigars. It was an ugly tree anyway. At least it's out of its misery. That guy there. And we love Todd and Margot. I always thought that Todd and Margot should have had like their own little spin-off movie, Four Christmases is good. That's got Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. And it's basically the concept is that they are Cousin Eddie's awesome. Yep. My very favorite scene in that movie is when Cousin Eddie breaks the little top thing, the popsicle top thing over that's spinning over the candle, and he just walks away like, oh well. He does kind of steal that movie. You're right. in Four Christmases, the concept is that they have to, Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn are avoiding their family on Christmas, and they take a trip. I'm not spoiling anything here. This is in the first few minutes of the film. They take a trip every year to get out of the country, jingle all the way and deck the halls. Good ones, good choices. Except that they can't get on their plane because there's a weather event. So they actually end up having to visit their families on Christmas, and so they have to go to four different Christmases, in other words, and each one has its own unique circumstances, and they're both kind of embarrassed by their families and stuff like that. So there's some cute little lessons in there and stuff about family and things like that. I don't want to tell you too much or I'll spoil it, but that's pretty funny. And if you like Vince Vaughn, it's Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn. Like, he pretty much always plays the same character, but he does it really well. Christmas horror movies. So Patriot Stacker, tell me a couple of those Christmas horror movies that you, the only one that I know that I wouldn't really consider it's more of a kind of a fun movie is that Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life is a great one. Successful Slave. All right, let me look at the little trailhead marker here, see what's going on. Hang on one second. I think we're just going to keep going straight. Yeah, we'll just keep going straight here. So you said Christmas horror movies. What are some Christmas horror movies? Is there, isn't there one about, I'm trying to think of the myth of the one that brings you bad presents, like if you were bad, what's that one there? It comes from it's one of the European traditions. I'm trying to remember the name of the mythological character that Krampus. That's it, Krampus. Yep, thank you. I couldn't remember. Krampus. And I don't remember what country or culture that comes out of, but doesn't Krampus for the bad kids? Krampus can come and give you, bad gifts if you've misbehaved. Do I have that right? And then another thing we keep talking about that we'd like to do is we'd like to go to Europe one year for Christmas. But of course, we had plans. The wife and I had plans that we were in the process of that. We were saving up money before the pandemic hit, so we kind of had to put all that on hold, unfortunately. Frosty and hilarious Killer Snowman, huh? I don't know either of those. I don't know any of those. I've seen the box for Krampus, so I do know which movie you're talking about there. Oh, you know what's another good one too? It's Bad Santa. Have you guys seen Bad Santa with Billy Bob? That's pretty funny. It's sad too. Like, it's a dark comedy. Oh wow, this is a cool trail. All right, let me show you what I'm seeing here. Glad I went this way. Hang on. Hey Steve, how you doing? Look at those beautiful woods out there. I'm just gonna be quiet here for a second so you guys can hear it. Yeah, Bad Santa's pretty funny. We watch that one every year. I'll tell you another one that's funny. We usually watch this on the same night that we watch Bad Santa. Is Trailer Park Boys Christmas Special. There's two versions of it. One of them, it was like a you get that guy. Yeah, I think a lot of us can kind of relate to Willie in that. He's I have a dark sense of humor. A lot of times I find things funny that most people are like, that's not funny, that's inappropriate, and I have to be careful with that. So I do like Bad Santa. And the Trailer Park Boys is dark comedy too. No problem. Trailer Park Boys is dark comedy too. So if you've ever seen that was actually one of the most popular shows during its run in Canada. I don't know if they're making new episodes now or not. It actually had ended, and the fans, they had such a great fan base. The fans begged them to come back. So they actually got like almost all the cast to come back a few years later, and it was like nothing had changed. It was great. So they did. I know they did at least a couple more seasons of that. But the premise, if you've never seen Trailer Park Boys, the TV show, is that each season always starts off with, it's these three guys getting released from prison, and there's a documentary crew that's following them around. It's not a true story, obviously. There are three guys following them around. And by the end of that, each season, they're pretty much going back to prison, on almost all the seasons. And so there's some interesting characters that are in the trailer park with them and stuff. You as over time, you get to love the different characters. It's really fun. And they did a Christmas special one year. Now there's two different versions of it. One is more like a stage thing that they did. That's not as good as they did one that was actually like, it's about 30 minutes long. It's like an episode of Trailer Park Boys, and they go backwards in time and kind of show you like flashbacks of Bubbles and Julian are great. Yeah, Ricky's actually my favorite on that show. Ricky and Mr. Leahy, which the actor who played Mr. Leahy passed away, and he was hilarious. That bird's pissed. Can you guys hear him? I must have interrupted his breakfast or lunch or something. He's pissed. So Mr. Leahy basically plays the trailer park manager, and he's always drunk in the series. And actually the actor never drank in real life, from what I understand, or at least he hadn't in the last 10, 20 years or whatever. So he was playing somebody who's heavily inebriated and does a great job with it. He's hilarious, but he wasn't a drinker. So he passed away, and that guy was an unknown. Well, if you didn't watch the show, you wouldn't know who he was, and it's a shame because he is absolutely a comedic genius. So those are some of our Christmas traditions. We usually Christmas Day, we open up I'll show you what I'm seeing here, guys. Christmas Day, we open up our presents, and that's private property over there, by the way. Christmas Day, we open our presents, and we usually do the stockings last, and the stockings are usually like candy and fun little things. Hey, baby. All right, I'm just gonna keep moving because I'm sure the owners don't want us messing with their horses. So, good to see you, Prepper Days. How you been? Are you getting, you doing anything special for the holidays? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We usually do turkey, not ham. My wife, being a vegetarian, does something else, but she usually, because she's so good to me, she makes me a turkey. Sometimes when we can, we fly home. Not gonna be able to do it this year, unfortunately. By home, I mean Massachusetts, where we both grew up. Well, that's pretty much our holiday traditions. It's fun. We do, like most people, we decorate the inside and outside of the house. My wife has 6 Christmas trees, 6, and we have all of them up right now. So there's pretty much like almost a Christmas tree in every single room in our house, which is really cool. It's very, very nice and pretty. And she collects ornaments, so she has tons and tons of ornaments. Like, we've literally had a couple of years where we couldn't even put all the ornaments out. And we usually acquire a few new ones each year, especially if we take a trip. We'll pick up wherever we go. Even if it's not Christmas time, we'll try to find somewhere that has Christmas ornaments, and we'll pick up an ornament to mark that trip. She's got stuff going all the way back to like when she was a little kid, stuff she made in grade school and elementary school and stuff like that. So, yeah, before we wind down, I guess, do you guys have favorite Christmas music? Is there any particular songs that you all like? I will tell you that my 2 favorites are, I love The Little Drummer Boy, and I love Happy Sunday, good to see you. I love The Little Drummer Boy, and my favorite song is the Do You Hear What I Hear? I love that one. My least favorites are what is it? Mama's Shoes. Gosh, it's so depressing. And that one's depressing. And the low key this Christmas. Yeah. What do you got going on for surgery? I didn't catch that whole thing. I'm sorry. My least favorite song is that the Two Front Teeth. God, that drives me crazy when that song comes on. Every time it comes on, I want to throw the radio across the room. But we're not going to do that. We're going to practice good anger management skills. All right. Well, I'm getting ready to wind it down here, y'all. Enjoy my trail before I got to head on back. Hope you all are having a good weekend. I know most of us got to get back to work tomorrow. Get back to the grind. But if you can, if it's nice where you are, carpal tunnel. Oh man, ouch. Yeah, I worry about that for myself too because of all the typing I have to do at my work. Man, I hope it goes well for you. I hope you feel better. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my trail here, guys. I hope you all, if it's nice where you are, have a good Sunday, Steve. If it's nice where you are, make sure you try to get outside a little bit, enjoy the last little bit of the weekend while we have it. Enjoy your family too. Make sure you hug your loved ones, tell them that you love them. Life can be short and unexpected, and strange things can happen and it really quick. So make sure you appreciate them and let them know how much you appreciate them. All right, you all have a great Sunday. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.